Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about American politics, and we're going to talk about the astonishing fallout from the Catastro debate in June of 2024, and we are looking at a changed landscape, absolutely stunning. So let me explain. So the best way. I've been incredibly blessed. I have had three mentors in my life. Actually, I'd say four. Two of them were people I know. I sit down. Still have one. I sit down with them about every 6 months to 12 months. We have a real. We chop it up, man. And he's like, hey, do this or go this direction. And I had a mentor previously who physically moved away. But I also have these mentors online who I listen to everything they say and I kind of like garner their wisdom. And one of them said, it's done when the enemy says it, right? And basically, I will say at this point in my life, I've had I try to disconnect my personal life from my public life. But I had and so I'm going to say this carefully, right, so that I don't expose too much. But I had a personal loss that I really feel President Biden is 100% responsible for, and I hold the Democrats are responsible for it, and I will be voting against the Democrats because I had this personal loss, and I just feel like, and this personal loss told me there's no justice in the world, there's no fairness. Under the Democrats, there's no justice, there's no fairness, there's no equity. I feel like we've reached a point where the Democrats are standing up for the bad guys, not against the bad guys, right? And I don't think President Biden ever, set out to be a bad guy, but his incompetence and his cowardice made him do very bad things and allow very bad things to happen. And so I've suffered a personal loss, and I intend to vote against the Democrats because of that, right? But, if I'm a conservative over here, and, air quotes that I'm a conservative, a lot of people will say, oh, no, you're the most liberal person I've ever met, but I actually, I believe I'm a conservative in many ways. I also believe I'm woke. I know that's a contradiction, right? It's interesting, right? So, but here's the point. We've reached the point where the Democrats are saying, this is really bad, right? So Pod Save America, it is a podcast, and they do nothing but spin for President Biden. They just sit over there on their little podcast with millions of listeners, and they're like, oh, the economy's great. I don't know why you guys don't see it. I know none of you can buy cars or houses. You can't even buy pancakes with butter, but the economy's just wonderful. We love it, right? Just spin constantly for Biden, and have been doing it for years, right? It's just the most absolute, the spin is so strong on Pod Save America. You could separate, oil from water with the centrifuge. It's just the most, listen to this. So one, there's a brand new, I highly recommend this app. It's called Hark. All right, now, what is Hark? Hark is this app that takes podcasts and cuts out the best bits and puts them together in a highlight reel, right? And this is absolutely brilliant. So Pod Save America gave me a great clip Hark gave me an amazing clip of Pod Save America, because I could never listen to a whole episode of Pod Save America. I couldn't do it. I couldn't get through it, right? But they cut this clip, and this is Pod Save America guys on Pod Save America, dyed-in-the-wool liberals, and they said and this is what they said. This is what one of them said about Biden. They said it was shocking, scary, sad. That's Democrats. That's a Democrat talking about what happened. That's a Democrat talking about what happened. You catch that? That's the Democrats going, it's done. We cooked, right? It's so bad that was yesterday, right? Today, I listened to Hark, and you know what they said? They said, this is brick by brick, step by step. These are the three ways that we get rid of Biden. Another podcast. And they explained it. They're like, he could step down, right? He could step down by himself. Also, and then Kamala Harris is president. This is pretty bad because Kamala Harris loses uh, to President Trump almost guaranteed, right? They said he could do an LBJ, right? Lyndon B. Johnson. This is the only guy I think in the history of presidents who's ever done this. He was like, "Hey, I just had 4 years. America hates me, and I don't want to rule a country that doesn't want me as their president, right? I don't want to just embrace the machine, right? So I'm not running." And then everybody can just throw their hat in the ring. Finally, they explained how delegates at the convention can say, "You know what? We know you're running, Joe, but we're going to use our own discretion. We're going to vote against you, even though we're your delegates. We still have the technical ability to vote against you." So literally, liberal podcasts are explaining exactly how Joe Biden is going to be removed. We are in incredibly new territory. This is astonishing, right? And you need to pay very close attention because this is the death of spin, right? This is the first time in America we've said, you know what? There's a limit to spin. Yeah, you don't just have to vote for the candidate because he's blue. You, America, actually have a right to somebody who can speak full sentences as your leader. That's astonishing. It is astonishing that the Democrats were like, yeah, this is too much to spin. It was shocking, scary, and sad. That is astounding language from the people who should not be saying it, right? Like, that's when the enemy says the truth. That's astounding. In my humble opinion, every single word you just heard is my humble opinion. What's important is when I get to hear your humble opinion. When you get in the comments and send your traffic, please consider like, subscribing, and have a fetch millennium.